English? Don't know. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. It's been a little while since I last filmed a video, but I'm back and I'm ready to start up the uni year, semester, I don't know, with a whole bunch of new videos. Whether you are going into a new year at uni or starting uni or even getting ready to like look into unis and stuff if you're in year 13. I just wanted to make a little series of videos, starting with some like advice stuff, which is today's video, and going into things like moving into uni and those sorts of vlogs and whatnot. But yeah, I'm really excited to get started and I'm really excited to be back making videos. So before I start the video, make sure to head over to my Instagram because I quite often post Q&A things on there and little stories so you can see what I'm up to whenever I'm not posting on YouTube. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you won't have seen that today I announced I am releasing a song. This is coming out really soon and I will be updating Instagram as soon as it is available on all major streaming platforms, so head over there and follow me. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today's video is going to be me giving you my top 5 pieces of advice when it comes to starting university. So for those of you that don't know, I am going into my second year at the University of Salford and I am studying media and performance. If you want to know a little bit more about my first year at the University of Salford, go and watch my last video where I talked about my whole year and everything that I found and enjoyed, and some advice sort of wound in there too. So to start with, obviously this year things are going to be a little bit different, obviously with Miss Coronavirus. We don't like to talk about her too much because she has ruined some stuff for everyone, but you know, we move onwards and upwards. But you know, things are going to be a little bit different. You know, speaking for myself and some of the stuff I'm doing this year, it's gonna be a little bit different, but not to worry, you can still have an amazing year. So my first piece of advice is get talking. Now that sounds like some sort of weird social media campaign. There probably is a campaign out there called that, but anyway, that's not what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is before you start university and before you move in, like there's a couple of weeks left now before people move in, is get talking to people that you're either going to be moving in with or studying courses with or even joining societies or interested in the same things as you. Speaking about University of Salford in particular, there is a freshers group on Facebook that you can join and get chatting to everyone that's going to be in your year. So I know most of you may have already started that, but if you haven't, go and check those out. I'm sure that your university has one. If not, it doesn't hurt to like message the social media page for your uni or even drop someone an email and see if they know anything about it. If there was one thing I found really useful, it was being able to sort of chat to my flatmates and chat to some of my course mates before I started, so that in those first few days in like welcome week and stuff like that, I kind of had an idea of who I was talking to and who I had stuff in common with and all that sort of stuff. So number 2 is make sure you're prepared. Again, this seems really obvious. So it's obviously really scary moving out of your home and moving away to university, whether you're moving hundreds of miles away like I did or whether you're just moving an hour up the road. It's something really scary and quite stressful about moving away for the first time. So one of my pieces of advice is to get things ready early. You know, start thinking about stuff you want to take, how you're going to pack it. You know, if you're already packing it, sort of work out where things might go in your room, if you know what it looks like or what sort of bits you want to take to make things homely, and start thinking about those quite early on. Because if there was one thing I did last year, is I started it quite early on. There was still a bit of a rush at the end because I have the inability to do things early and finish things early. You know, if I'm going to start something early, I'm going to be working right up to the last minute because, you know, that's just how I roll apparently. But you know, do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, one thing I would say is make sure you're getting yourself prepared really nice and early so that you're chill, you're relaxed when it comes to moving in. You know, I was kind of okay when I moved in. Like, it was a lot because we'd driven up the night before and all that, and then we had like a small window we have to get everything in, and I'm sure things are going to be quite similar this year with accommodation and stuff. I think there's move-in slots, but I'm not moving into an accommodation thing, so I don't know. But just make sure you've got everything sort of prepared so that you can do things as quickly as possible, because then you can get to know your flatmates and get chatting and stuff like that, and you're not worried stressing about unpacking or sorting things out or trying to find things and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so number 3 is to get involved with things. Get involved with as much as you can, and this is not about societies, because I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on, but like just even in welcome week. So I know in Salford, at Salford in particular, we had a welcome week where there was various different sort of events going on during the day as well as during the night. Things are obviously working a little bit differently this year because of Miss Rona, but I'm sure there are still activities and stuff going on, whether that's at the uni I'm at or at other unis, and I would definitely say get involved with as much of those things as you can, because you do get chatting to people and talking to people that you might not have met unless you've done these things. They might be living differently to you, doing a different course, you get chatting. I can't speak today, oh my goodness. You might get chatting to people that you wouldn't have otherwise spoken to, and you might become really good friends. So I know for a fact that there are people in my year that met people at freshers events and stuff that they're now great friends with that they wouldn't have met otherwise. So yeah, get involved with as much as you can, because not only does it make things really exciting, it gives you stuff to do while you're still quite new to uni, and you might be missing home and stuff like that. So get involved with as much as you can where you can. Okay, so tip number 4 is to join a society. Now, I know that every single university advice video says this, but I wholeheartedly believe in joining a society and meeting like-minded people and getting to know people, like I've said in previous videos. And you guys have seen, if you're not new to my channel, you will have seen some of the stuff I get up to with the society that I'm in. But for those of you that are new, I am in Almost Famous Theatre Company, which is the theatre society at the University of Salford. It is an amazing place, which I have previously mentioned. I've met some of my closest friends through AF, and if you have got a particular passion or interest that you don't necessarily cover in your course, I totally recommend joining a society, because it means you can keep up with doing what you love whilst you're studying towards a career and stuff like that. So definitely consider joining a society, because like I've said before, I've met some of my best friends there. It is like my home away from home. And yeah, tip number 5 is to not put too much pressure on yourself. Now, this is something that if I could tell my year ago self to do when starting uni, it's to not put too much pressure on yourself. If you're not comfortable doing something or trying something or going somewhere, then don't put too much pressure on yourself to do that. And like, don't kick yourself if you decide not to do something. Like, don't let it get in the way of doing what you love. Like, ultimately you go to university to study something you're passionate about and to have a good time, and yeah, just do what you love. Okay, so that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. I will be posting a lot more university content in the next few weeks, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But yeah, if you are starting university this year, good luck. You're going to have an amazing year. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I am Anna, and I will see you next time. Bye.